Hi, I'm Greg. At Cambridge University Press, our research helps guide everything we do and keeps you up to date on the key themes, ideas and principles in ELT. Which of course means that we can produce the best materials possible for teachers and their students. And in this video, we're looking at the key points from the Cambridge paper, Motivational Aspects of Using Near Peers as Role Models, by Christine Muir. In life, we all have role models. These are people whose behaviour or actions we try to imitate. Near peer role models are even more inspirational versions of role models. These are people who are similar to us in fundamental ways. Maybe in terms of our age, gender, ethnicity or background. We can relate to them on a deeply personal level. And near peers can help make language learning achievable and motivating for learners. They help us to think, if they can achieve it, why can't I? Okay, so who exactly are near peer role models? In an educational context, this might be a classmate or a teacher, while it could also be another language learner from outside of their school context. Most of the time, they have a close relationship to the learner. In an educational context, this might be a classmate or a teacher, while it could also be another language learner, but from outside of their school environment. And although the word near suggests that they know them personally, it could also be people that they interact with online. Near-peer role models can provide real-life examples of people who have already achieved the success that learners are working towards and can provide more realistic targets than L1 speakers. For example, research demonstrates that having small sub-goals can greatly help motivation in a big task, like learning a language. And near-peer role models can provide inspiration to the pupils by showing them the small steps that they need to take along their learning path. Right, so we now know what near-peer role models are, but how can teachers implement them in the classroom? First of all, teachers should be aware that all pupils of all levels have the potential to be near-peer role models and to provide good language examples. Do this by highlighting good language use in class so that it can be used as models by other pupils. It's also worth doing specific projects in which pupils demonstrate good language use, and then you should revisit these projects over time. Near-peer role models can also model communicative strategies as well as good language use. Teachers can show video clips in class of more advanced students using the communicative strategies that pupils are studying in class. For example, asking follow-up questions or offering clarification. Ask your learners to keep an action log. You may ask them to focus on different aspects of their learning or to note down anything they've seen their peers do that they might like to copy. And regularly record your students' conversations and have your pupils view them as homework. Near-peer role models can also reassure learners that it's totally normal for non-L1 speakers to make mistakes. Teachers can find examples of fluent second language English learners making errors in the media. This can help them to worry less about making mistakes and help them communicate more freely. Or ask pupils to write letters to their classmates. They could talk about a problem they've been having recently and how they've been trying to overcome it, and another pupil could reply offering their own advice. This can be done orally or through online discussion boards. Near-peer role models can also inspire autonomous learning. Teachers can explicitly talk to learners about near-peer role models, who they are, why they're important and how they might use them. And, if possible, encourage the use of near-peer role models as tutors for other students. Older near-peer role models could also provide advice that teachers might not be able to. Teachers can ask former pupils to act as near-peer role models. This could be through an Ask the Expert forum. For example, university students could answer secondary school students' questions about university. Or former pupils could act as mythbusters. This could be discussing common beliefs such as making mistakes means people won't understand me, or making mistakes is embarrassing, and advising learners on how to deal with these issues. Teachers should encourage their pupils to imagine what their ideal L2 self might look like, what goals they have, and what skills and attitudes are necessary to realise these. And sometimes this can be hard to imagine, so near-peer role models can be used as an inspiration for these. This could be done by looking at the life journey of a successful near-peer role model, followed by a discussion of how a knowledge of English can provide life opportunities. Or you could ask pupils to share their own language learning histories in class. This will mean that pupils learn from each other and will help develop the class dynamic. So to conclude, an important responsibility of teachers is to provide as wide a variety of positive near-peer role models as we can. All the evidence from the research proves that it's worth the effort. Just remember that a positive class dynamic is really important for these suggestions to work, as well as an open mind. If you'd like more details about what I've spoken about in this video, please check out the Cambridge White Paper, Motivational Aspects of Using Near Peers as Role Models by Christine Muir. You'll find the link in this video's description. Let us know how you get on with making use of near-peer role models in your classroom.